Namaste. Hope you're all well. So today we're going to be doing a 20-minute core and back strength workout. This is a nice challenging workout for 20 minutes. So in some of these exercises, if you do find them a little bit challenging, they can be modified. Or if you do feel at any particular point you need to rest, please do so. You can rest in child pose, or you can rest on your back lying face up. If you do feel any discomfort in your lower back, it may be because you're overarching your lower back. So we'll do a little bit of a warm-up first, and then we'll move into this core and back strengthening workout. Okay, so we're just starting with the body down on all fours with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Just a few cat-cow extensions. So as you breathe in, tilt your hips down and forward. That will bring a little bit of an arch into the lower back. As you breathe out, posteriorly tilt the hips and round the back. Just doing it nice and slow. So breath out as you round your back. So bringing importantly your awareness to the hips. So you're tilting the hips down and forward. Feel the rest of your body follow that movement. As you breathe out, nice big round in the back. Push your hands into the floor. Okay, one more time. Just hold that round in your back. Okay, we'll just go into a child pose there. Walk your arms forward. To give our spine a little bit of a stretch out before we start, just walk your hands over to the right side while pushing your body weight across to your left. Just give that spine a nice long stretch on that left side. Okay, we'll walk our hands over to the left side while shifting your body weight across to the right. Very good stretch up the side. You may feel around the crest of the hip, stretching these latissimus dorsi muscles, and also these longer type muscles that line the outside of the spine. Keep your body nice and straight. Okay, walking back, hands into the middle, slowly come up. Okay, we'll take our feet forward, move into our first exercise here. This is a spinal roll. So important thing, it's not like a sit-up. A sit-up is where we hinge like this. It's actually a rolling movement. So to get this correct, you start with your back straight. Just walk your feet out a little bit away from your hips. Arms relaxed. Take a breath in. Do this first one slowly. So bring your chin to your chest, round your back. Keep that round in your back. Go about halfway down. Coming back up to that straight back position. Breathing out, rounding the back. So as you're doing this, you're engaging these core muscles here. Slowly coming up. So always remember to return to that position of the body being nice and straight. So it's a round here. And a lift up. Chin to chest. It's also a very good way to start the yoga class. Just keeping the spine nice and supple and warmed up. Remember to round the back first, chin to chest. So if you do these nice and slowly and properly, the core muscles will be strengthened, the spine is stretched. So don't go too far down. If you go too far down, you'll find you need to start using your legs. You want to try and avoid that. Keep those toes as close to the floor as you can. They don't necessarily have to touch. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, coming back up, nice straight back. Okay, extending the legs forward, we'll do another spinal roll. So this may need to be modified if you find it a little bit too difficult. So starting with your feet apart, toes pointed. Again, it's the same principle, the spinal roll. You may need to just draw back the buttock muscles here so you're on your sitting bones, back straight. So again, it's a rounding position. You're coming down. Notice I've got the core muscles working here. When my head hits the floor, point the toes, slowly roll up. So if you find that you need to use your legs to come up, I'll show you. If you find that you're swinging up like this, avoid this. Instead, you can just do this roll halfway. So coming halfway, and then lift up out of that position there. Okay, so I'll alternate. If you like to do the half, you can do the half or the full. I'll do the full here. Keep those hands relaxed, chin to chest. Slowly come up. Keep those hips nice and stable. I'll go half this time. Still a very good movement. That back needs to be straight as you finish the exercise. I'll go to full extension here. So don't be doing it too slowly. Try and work your breath into the sequence. So breathe out as you come down. Inhale as you roll up. Again, if it's a little bit strong, you can have a rest. Rolling down. Okay, how are we going with that? We'll do two more. So you're going to roll down. Chin to chest. So obviously the more you do, the little stronger they get. One more time. Okay, coming up from there. Okay, you may need to just draw back the buttock muscles. So you're on the sitting bones. We'll go into a twist from that position. So locking your fingers together, back straight. Get a nice tall lift through the spine. Again, try not to be slumping like this. Shoulder blades gently squeeze. On the outward breath, twist to your right. Keeping those hips nice and still. Keep lifting through the chest, bit of a point on your toes. Okay, as we inhale, we come back to center. Sitting bones lock into the floor. Keep the weight even on both sitting bones. Twisting out there to your left. Okay, coming back to the center. Okay, we're going to move into a plank challenge. This will be a 2-minute plank challenge. So it's going to be a combination of different planks for 2 minutes. I'll just make sure I've got my watch there. I'm not going to put you into overtime. Okay, so a great way to start your plank, shoulders over hands. Making that lower back nice and flat. So it's just as you're starting to round the back is the position that you are going to engage your hips. So we don't want to be tilting forward. This will aggravate your lower back. Core engaged. Stepping back with the left foot. Then the right. Let's begin our 2-minute plank. Again, if it's a little bit strong at any particular point, you can just rest, child pose, or in shavasana. Okay, so hold this beginning plank position, the upright plank, for 30 seconds. Again, keeping those core muscles nice and tight. Okay, feet together. Roll onto the left hand. Side plank. Right foot sitting on the left. Drawing that right arm up. Keep these hips lifted. Don't be sagging. Lifting the hips. Extending through the arm. Drawing that shoulder joint tightly into the joint. Okay, we're changing sides. Okay, hips up. So I've already gone through a minute here. Staying nice and strong in the pose. Left foot sitting on your right foot. Okay, let's come back to full plank. Let's hold here for a couple more breaths. From there, we'll just take our left foot about 1 inch above the floor. Not too high, just 1 inch. Coming down, taking up the right foot. Okay, not too high. Foot back to the floor. Just finishing up here with a low plank. Okay, there's our 2 minutes. Just slowly coming down. A nice, easy, sphinx-like position. Breathing deeply into the abdomen. Just keeping your awareness on the lower back, just letting it soft, relax your buttock muscles. Turn your feet out. You might find your heart rate's up a little higher than normal. Okay, from there, coming to a child pose. Really extend that lower back first. Okay, we can inhale and come up. Okay, a very classical Hatha yoga pose is the boat. Starting with the back straight, knees bent. So taking the chest away from your knees, bringing the feet together off the floor. Holding that position, just slowly bringing your feet up and down. So you may like to extend to straight legs. Or we can just go to bent legs. That's the variation there. Straight leg again. It's getting strong. Okay, Okay, we'll do one more. Keep those core muscles tight. Okay, well done. Grab your knees. Just rolling back. Drawing the legs in a circular motion. So again, just be aware if you're feeling any discomfort in your lower back. You may be over-exaggerating a forward tilt on your hips. Changing direction. Okay, from there we're going to take the legs up, keeping the legs straight. Or if it's a little bit difficult with your hamstring flexibility, you can put a micro bend in your knees, but keep them as straight as you can. So holding the back of the head, supporting the back of the head with one hand while you extend up with the opposite hand, touch the opposite set of toes. Supporting the head, going side to side. So don't be jerking up and down. Keep your chin close toward your knee. Okay, that's 4. So aim for a challenge of 30. That's 22. Again, rest if you find it's a little bit too strong for you. Okay, once again, just bringing knees to chest, a bit of a roll, side to side. And then we'll just take our feet to the floor. So feet will be taken away from your bottom. Then they're walked out a little wider than the hips. Just rolling back to flatten your lower back to the floor while you're drawing your right knee down. Change over, rolling side to side. It's nice if you can keep that lower back nice and flat toward the floor. This puts more stretch and emphasis across the front of your hips and thighs. Just eases out any tension if you've created it from the abdominal work we're doing here, the core strength work. Okay, so from there, just rolling over to one side. Okay, we'll move down into a prone position. So a little bit of strength work here for the rigging muscles of the spine. So with your lower back, just posterior tilting your hips. That will flatten out your lower back, that will engage your core muscles, and again, take any pressure away from the lower back. The back of the neck will be lengthened, so the forehead can rest near the floor. Just peel your shoulders away from the ground. Just take a couple of breaths in this position. Okay, keeping those shoulders away from the floor. Gently draw your shoulder blades together. Take a breath in, breath out. Then this time as you inhale, just comfortably peel away from the floor. Okay, as we exhale, it's coming down, placing one hand on the other. Bend your legs with your bottom, push downwards, just a slow rock side to side. Again, this just relaxes the lower back if you've overworked yourself. Okay, from there, I like to call this pose the Superman or the Superwoman pose, depending on what you'd like to call it. So with your arms forward, thumbs pointed up, you're going to turn your thumbs so they roll outwards. This externally rotates your shoulders. For a lot of us, we're internally rotated through the shoulders. Again, a little bit of a flattening effect on your lower back. So as you breathe in, breathe out, relax. Now as your next breath in, you slowly come up, Superman position. And as you breathe out, you're coming down. So just keeping it nice and controlled. Don't be jerking yourself up strongly. Keep it controlled. Okay, we'll do 8 of these. So as you're coming down, nice and slow, 2 more times. Okay, from there, we'll move back to a child's pose. So sitting back on the feet, one hand placed on the other. Totally relaxed, just surrendering to gravity here. So the back bends are quite exciting moves. They stimulate the mind, stimulate the adrenal glands, whereas a forward bend's the opposite. It's sedating, relaxing, grounding. Feel the lower back relax with the inward breath. Okay, we'll walk our hands forward. Coming onto all fours. So going to bring your knees a little bit closer together than your hands. Now, just at the moment, just rock your hips slightly side to side and lock them into one position so that they're evenly weighted. Keep a mental note of that position. Push your right knee down without letting your hips move to one side. Take back that left leg. So don't let your hips swing over to the right. If you like, you can just marginally draw your body weight across to the left. You'll feel those core muscles engage a little stronger. Not too high with the leg. Heel about the height of your hip. If you're comfortable with that, that's your right arm. Right arm to the right side, left leg still elevated. Then just take that right arm and extend it forward. Turn the palm out. Roll the hand out. So rotating that shoulder externally. Okay, hand to floor. Bringing that knee down. Just a little bit of a lift side to side. Engage those core muscles again. This time we'll take back the right leg. Okay, and don't let your hips slide over to the left. If anything, bring them a little further to the right. So you have a little bit more weight on your right hand than the left. Feel those core muscles engaging. Also those spinal muscles engaging. Okay, the left hand. Pulling back on that shoulder blade. Holding there. Again, don't lift the leg too high. Okay, taking the hand forward again, turn the palm up. Okay, hand down, knee down, back to child pose. Okay, our last ab exercise here. I call this exercise the bulldog. I'm not sure what the Sanskrit name for that is. Again, just a slight posterior tilt on the hips. That will engage your core muscles. So it's a very simple exercise. Tuck your toes under. And then just bring your knees about an inch above the floor. Holding there. Be aware of any tension around your neck, shoulders. It's also a good exercise for strengthening your thighs. If your body's starting to shake a little bit, it's okay, but not too much. Just keep it relaxed. Again, core muscles are engaged, so your abdomen's not sloppy. So if you like a little bit of a challenge, keep that right knee in the same position. Extend back your left leg. Coming down. If your knees are too far back, this will aggravate your lower back, so make sure they're under the hips. Okay, right leg back. Okay, we're coming down. 10 more seconds there. Okay, well done. Just rolling up, draw the shoulders back. So again, we're looking at posture here. Tall people like myself, we tend to roll forward. We're very internally rotated through the shoulders. So take your shoulders, roll them down and back, particular focus on the two shoulder blades, just coming toward each other. Turn a little bit side on there. So with your hands locked together in either one of two positions, a little bit stronger as palms together, thumbs together, or you may need to take your hands a little bit more open. Flattening that lower back, so we don't want to be lifting the chest. Lock the hands together behind the body. Shoulders will peel back. Neck's neutral, so the head's not forward or lifted. It's neutral. Taking the hands away from the hips, so shoulder blades really squeezing together here. Okay, try not to lift your chest or arch your back. To get the most benefit, just work the shoulders. A couple of deep breaths. Squeeze the hands together. Okay, let's release. Coming into sitting. Roll the shoulders back. Chin slightly to your chest. Just a little bit of space there, enough to fit a tennis ball. Closing the eyes. Bringing our focus inwards with the tip of your tongue, just softly touching that to the upper palate of your mouth. Jaw relaxed. The eyes are soft, so they're not tightly shut. They're not open, they're just hazed and relaxed. Slightly drawing your shoulder blades together. A little bit of width across the front of your chest. The space between the two eyebrows is soft. Feeling a slight pulse in the throat. We'll just finish our asana class with 3 Gauranga breaths, beginning with one guided, slow, quiet breath first. Inhaling. Exhaling. Adding the mantra Gauranga. 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 One more time. Gauranga. Focusing back on the breath. So when you're ready, we'll just slowly begin to open our eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me in this class today. Take care. See you in the future.